And now it's my pleasure to introduce you to the youngest speaker we have here on the 109 stage tonight. It's not Rafael, who's also pretty young, but it's Roboy, who's just a few weeks old. And, well, first of all, hello, Rafael, and hello, Roboy. Don't be afraid.
Hello.
Great. Rafael, robot not only looks nice, but he's also a very special kind of robot.
Yes.
Maybe you can briefly describe why he's so special.
Yeah, so what makes a robot really special in comparison to almost all other robots that are out there, it has muscles and tendons like the human body do. So I really try to imitate the human body and trying to learn how we as humans can sort of inspire humanoid robotics and build robots that work similar to the human body.
The question is why? You know, what's the vision behind it? Why should you put such a lot of work into it to make the body look like the human body or work like the human body?
Yeah, it's an excellent question because it's of course a lot harder to control this robot than a traditional robot, because coordinate all the muscles and tendons, and we have this as well in our body. So our body solves this problem, and the reason we're doing this and the vision behind this is I want. Not this, but like Roboy sort of 10 or 20 to become my body, so I can live indefinitely for the next hundreds of years as a robot, because then once you're a robot, dying is no longer an issue.
And maybe you describe the stage that you are right now at, because I guess this robot will not be your body for the next hundreds of years. No. So what's the plan with this Roboy? Yeah,
so we were working for a Roboy, and this is the third generation that, as you just said, we just launched 2 weeks ago. So what makes this robot special is that it's a telepresence robot. We're not going to show it tonight, but like basically you can use a VR headset, and when you put it on, you're actually seeing what the Roboy sees through its camera, and it tracks the motion of the headset, so you see exactly where you're looking at. So you truly get agency at the remote place.
So you see what the robot is seeing?
Yeah. And you also hear what it hears, so you can basically talk through the robot and interact with the robot at the remote place, which is what's making it really cool. Like you can be anywhere instantly. It's like instant travel.
And could I move also?
Yeah. So we're using the controllers. Basically, they're being tracked as well, and then your hands are controlling the arms. And what we're actually building in our lab, it's a bit more crazy. It's a very big system that allows to have virtual forces on your body. So for example, if Roboy sort of leans down on something, if I'm doing this remotely, there's no force that's sort of off this table. And we're building a system that generates this force. And it's like as if you're a puppet, you're actually held by strings in the air, and it stops. So once you're touching a virtual or a real table through the robot.
Great. Robert, just wait a minute. We'll talk with you too. But now let's talk first about the prominent guest that Roboy had a look at a few hours earlier. Maybe you can tell us about who had a chat with you and Roboy.
Yeah, so we were super lucky to have Mr. Heckel here. And I had used the opportunity to show the robot to him, and we were talking about how here in Bavaria and in Germany as well, we should have really a lot more robotics and use sort of the traditional German engineering skills and combine them with our novel technologies and sort of make the best of our tradition and use this to really push forward and become a world leader again in robotics. And I think we do have the opportunity to do so.
Great. So the general director of the Deutsches Museum was here. Roboy, now we talked a lot about you. Now maybe we can talk with you too.
Let's see.
Hi, I'm Roboy. I'm a social robot. I'm designed to help people and to understand them.
That's great.
That's great. So what are you doing here?
It's great to be here.
Okay.
I'm here to learn. I'm a research robot. I'm studying human behavior.
All right, that's great. And what is your hobby?
Yes, it's nice to be here.
No, that's...
Well, no, he asked, what's your hobby? Well, it's great that you think it's nice to be here, but what is your hobby, Roboy?
Yes, it's nice to be here.
So it has so sometimes it goes into a loop and it keeps re-answering the same question. Was it 5 minutes or 5 seconds?
No, that was 5 minutes. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well,
I'm a robot.
That's great, Roboy. Roboy, who's your father?
oh, he's staring at me. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, you might think it's you.
How many seconds in a minute?
60.
60.
So, Roboy, who is your father?
I like my father, Rafael, very much.
Okay, he got this
Okay,
one.
okay, this one he got right. Usually he's a bit faster, but this goes actually through the internet because we're using what's called GPT-3. It's a model that's been invented by OpenAI to generate sort of his answers, and that's why once you've had really fast internet connection, it's actually you can have quite a fluent dialogue. But yeah, what did you want to know? Like, what is this? What do you want to ask him?
Him?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask if you got a special message for the people who are watching us right now.
Roboy, do you have a special message?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. Yes, I'm so glad you asked.
And now tell us the message, please.
So, Roboy, what is the message?
He's
Does anyone
shy.
hear it? Roboy,
I'm
what?
here to help you learn and grow and make you happy.
So that's good.
That's good. Well, okay, Roba, I know it's your first conference, so don't worry that it took you a bit longer to answer.
Yeah, I mean it's only 2 weeks old, so I think he has still some cognitive.
Yes.
See?
Yeah. Okay, you have
He's
some issues.
learning that. There's some issues, and we're
You
still
are
working
still
at this.
some.
Yes, and yeah, but I mean, so what we're trying to do is really a sort of having a switching between completely open dialogue and more sort of predefined things that you can ask him. So he knows who's his father is, and this works by querying a database of knowledge. And then once he doesn't know what to ask, he's actually just randomly going to this online service, and it's like, okay, how do we interact with it, and how do we create anything?
Great. Now, Robo is only 2 weeks old, so please excuse that he wasn't so fast with his answers, but I'm sure you know, some of our speakers that you heard today had the same issues, so don't worry, Robo, that's totally fine. Rafael, maybe you could tell us about the big prize that you want to win with Roboy.
Yeah, so as I said before, we're working on telepresence, and we're doing this on one hand, of course, because it's a logical connection from connecting your body to a robot to becoming the robot, but also there's a big competition. It's called the ANA Avatar XPRIZE. It's currently the largest robotics competition in the world with a $10 million prize pass. There's 77 teams competing still, out of originally around 600, and only 2 of them are actually German speaking, and one of them is us. So I think as Germans and or as a German-based entity, we really have to push forward to actually win this, because I think this is what it takes to show that German's on the map. Great.
I wish you good luck. I guess everyone in the audience out there wishes you luck. And thanks for being here. Thank you, Roboy. Bye-bye, Roboy.
Okay, Roboy, do you have to say something final?
Enjoy the conference.